Yo, it's O'Neill, signing back in for the conference. Another tutorial today. What I'm talking about today is going to be a right hand counter, alright? Now, with this punch, we can throw it, like I said, as a counter. And the counters, I'd say, are usually going to be from a jab, like from your opponent throwing a jab, a right hand, or a hook, alright? Could do it for an uppercut, but more time it's going to be from straights and hooks. Alright, so with this punch, what I want to explain first is about the concept of range, right, which is really important in all of the striking martial arts, right, especially Muay Thai, boxing, super important to understand about range, right, and this is actually something that you can understand, but you need to have an intuition about where you're at. Are you safe? Do you know, like, what punches can actually be landed from different ranges, and do you know that, like, for example, you know, if man's got fast footwork and fast hands, then they can land punches from where you think you're safe, right? So with this, what you need to have an understanding of is range, right? And once you've got that, you can start to work on your timing for how to follow the punch back to counter it. Alright, again, a great example for this punch is Money Mayweather, right? Punch. Roy Jones Jr. is another quality counter, right, or pull counter, right? So a lot of the time, if they throw a jab, a hook, something, then you can move back. You want to lean back onto your right leg, so all your momentum's going backwards. And then this sets you up to spring forward and land the right hand. But of course you need to be aware that when you're going forward, you're not at too much risk, alright? So, like I said, you're going to vary this punch with different, like, so yeah, just know your range, basically, that's what I'm trying to say. Know what range you're at, and then work on your timing, alright? Now, you're gonna throw this, you're gonna work slightly differently depending on what punch is thrown. For example, assuming for this example that it's orthodox, say you're trying to counter a jab, alright? And they're not using no fast footwork to move in and out, let's just assume they've thrown standard jab, alright? You're gonna slip usually, you're gonna try it, this is the ideal, you're gonna try and slip to the right and counter. Okay, so you're gonna step out, this ideally, step out with your right foot, right, load up over, like I said, your momentum here, and then use that to spring into the right hand, alright? So you can step fully back, because if you step fully back, for any punch, as long as they've not jumped in and jumped out, for any punch, you can see the punch go past you, and then wait, and then bang, alright? If you watch another good example of this, where the guy don't actually lean back, but watch Conor McGregor knock out Eddie Alvarez, right? Watch the finishing combination. He doesn't even lean back. This is how good his understanding of range and timing is in that fight, and how much his intuition was of what Eddie was going to do and where he could land his punch. McGregor literally stands there, waits for Eddie's punch to come, like he can brush his fucking stubble, and then counters with his own left hand, bang, 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 and ends the fight, alright?
Alvarez getting loose, getting better here in this round, though.
Oh, man.
Until that.
Oh, he's done. He's done.
It is all over.
So, once you've got their timing down, like, you can counter with your own shots very easily. Mayweather usually puts his chin out there and almost baits the opponent, and then waits for them to throw, moves back with their punch, and then counters with his own right hand. He sort of baits and moves back and counters with his own right hand, because he's just got that movement down perfectly.
Just there. See, the slightest move Marquez makes, Mayweather senses it, pulls himself up.
Right, so check out them highlights, and that'll give you an idea of the timing and range concept that I'm talking about that's really effective for landing this punch.
This fight, Jesse Ravelo was an Olympic coach. Down goes Veja. Totally tentative and back on his heels now. For that reason, there's the third.
Left hook, alright? But wait to see an opportunity to land a punch, alright? Don't just be like a robot, alright? Wait to see the opportunity. When you see, like, okay, there's my punch placement, then you've got to have the reaction time to just throw the punch like as soon as you see that opportunity, alright? Now that's where you get that good fighting instinct or that fight IQ, alright? So if it's a jab, like I said, you want to step over to the side and that kind of gives you that rotation for the right hand. Left hook, you want to keep your hand up and then come back. If they throw a right hand, going for your chin, you tuck your shoulder in, it'll bounce off your shoulder. Even if it still connects, it'll hit more like the top of your head, which isn't really most of the time going to hurt as much, and it's also a lot of the energy will have already been absorbed by your shoulder. Alright, excuse me. So that's what you want to do for that one. It also creates a twist which loads up like rotation in your hips, so you can get actually quite a lot of power into that counter. Okay, so sometimes you want to wait for that right hand, bang, 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 straight away. And this one you don't need to place it as much as just get the timing down. Say as soon as you predict that right hand, boom, bang, and then anywhere that lands, even if that's in the chest or something, that's gonna, because of the amount of rotation you're getting in your hips there, that's really gonna do some damage. If you look at Mayweather, a lot of the time he doesn't rotate as much as push off, but because his timing's so good, the punch still does a lot of damage. Alright, so that's just a little bit about the right hand counter.